Website Banner 4 Seasons Project. The objectives of this project are to demonstrate your industry-related work ethics. This means getting your project in on time, participating in discussions, communicating with regard to the project, and of course, content appropriate. You're going to show that you know how to use layers. You're going to utilize adjustments of color. Various techniques can be utilized there. Utilizing blending modes, filters, and effects, and of course those image adjustment tools. So the task. This is your big chance to show off with Photoshop. You will be creating a web banner. The banner is for a company that deals with an outdoor landscaping or design of exterior spaces. We know that moods can be created using many methods. For example, color creates strong moods and strong associations. Bright colors indicate upbeat images, happy places. Cool colors are cold. Warm colors are warm. We know that there's an association there. So how about changing the mood of an image or of a photo by changing the weather? Here's the definition of a web banner or a banner ad. It's a form of advertising on the web delivered by an ad server. This form of online advertising entails embedding an advertisement into a web page. It is intended to attract traffic to a website by linking to the website of the advertiser. That's the definition from Wikipedia. Another definition here or explanation, banner advertising is a rectangular graphic display that stretches across the bottom or top of a website or down the right or left bar. So the top is when it's going across the top or across the bottom, that's a leaderboard. If it's going on the right side or the left side, or if it's just in a more of a vertical orientation, that's a skyscraper. So your assignment is to create a web banner for a company. You will submit a JPEG that will display the original photo that you're going to choose, and then you're going to turn that photo into a night photo, you're going to turn that photo into rain, and then lastly into snow. We have to control file sizes here, and that's going to be a huge obstacle for you because file sizes can get out of control really quickly. And of course, if we're putting something on the web, we don't want huge file sizes because it will take forever to download, even with the speeds that we have in today's internet. So I'm limiting you to a 72 ppi, to 72 pixels per inch banner that will be displayed at 728 by 90 pixels. So this is really a leaderboard banner that you're creating. So you're going to take a digital photo of a landscape, and this can be a nature landscape or it can be a cityscape. This is a photo that you own. You own the copyrights to it. Then your first task is to turn day into night. You may have to turn street lights on. You might have to do some overall darkening of the image or remove clouds. You're going to use your knowledge of adjustments and coloring to complete this task. Next, in the third photo, you're going to make it rain. Can we ever predict the weather? Can we predict the forecast? I don't think we can in Minnesota. But you're going to make this photo look as though it's raining. You're going to create rain. You may have to create reflections. And of course, when it rains, there is wet surfaces. What happens to a surface when it's wet? You may even want to experiment with blurring the background. Pay attention to what the environment looks like when it's raining. Also, one thing that students tend to forget, there are no shadows on a cloudy day. The last photo that you will create is snow. So we're going to move into winter, and you're going to make it snow. I want you to add accumulating snow. So the snow has accumulated on the ground. If appropriate, you may have to create tire tracks, footprints, animal tracks. Again, make this look realistic. When presenting this to the class in discussions, the viewer should not be able to select the original, meaning they should not be able to say, this was the original photo and I saw that you did this and this and this. you should be able to look at the rain photo and say, wow, it really looks like it's raining. Did you take that in the rain? At a minimum, your image manipulation must be constructed utilizing the following tools or techniques in Adobe Photoshop. You need, of course, to have a 72 ppi image, pixels per inch. Your total size, 728 by 90 pixels. You need to demonstrate a night image manipulation, a rain image manipulation, and a snow image manipulation. There also will be a design brief required to be submitted with this project. So in the Dropbox, you will submit your original Photoshop file, the .psd. You're going to also submit a JPEG of this banner in the Dropbox. You may want to also submit the original photo, but if you have utilized layers in Photoshop, I should be able to find that original. So make sure that you also submit your design brief, and I'll explain that in a moment. And then, of course, we're going to share your banner as a JPEG in week 14 website banner 4 seasons. So you have a couple weeks of work time on this project. I have a chart here that just indicates the different types of banner sizes that are frequently utilized on the web. You can see that we are choosing the leaderboard. It's not very big. So you have to be creative in how you display all 4 of these images on that banner. The criteria is posted here. Now the design brief, page 3. You again will be estimating what your time will be, how much time you will spend on this project as an estimate, and then you will accurately keep track of your time to the nearest half hour. The purpose of this time is to figure out how long it's taken you to do your projects. Number 1, to show that your efficiency in Photoshop will greatly improve as you work more with the tool. And the second reason, if you are going to be doing any freelance work, you have an idea of how to charge, whether you charge an hourly rate or a flat fee. You need to know how much time you're going to be investing into that, and your client wants to have a realistic estimate for a cost of a project. In your design brief for this project, you will explain the techniques that you used to create darkness, the technique that you used to create rain, and the techniques that you used to create snow. I want to note that there are a lot of resources out there in how to make it look like it's raining, how to make it look like it's snowing. I've included one for you, but if you do some research, you're going to find a lot of information, and you'll be surprised at how easy and simple some of these techniques really are. The last sheet here of the design brief that I want you to submit is a little bit of self-reflection, rating yourself on the following criteria. How do you feel you were on the creativity, originality, and innovation? How do you feel your craftsmanship was? What was your commitment to the project or your project dedication? And how do you feel your talent with the medium Adobe Photoshop is? So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, how would you rate yourself on this project?